Heyo everybody, Haku here discussing my thoughts on the newest Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer, and this one is about the exclusives between the two different versions, Sun and Moon of course. And I'm just going to make this one really quick, that's why I have two of them up here already. And the two that are up here are Passimian, who is on the right of the screen, and he is going to be a Pokemon Sun exclusive, and then the Pokemon Moon exclusive on the left, Oranguru. And I was going to make a Harambe joke and stuff, but I mean, I think that's really been overdone by this point, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But really quick, some information on each and my thoughts on each. Passimian is a fighting type, and his ability is a new ability called Receiver, which allows him, when an ally faints in battle, he will take over that ally's ability. And there are a lot of really cool ways this could work. Like they showed in the trailer, he could take over a Levitate, which would be helpful. Or I thought it would be interesting because they said the ability activates when he receives it. If you use him beside something with, say, Intimidate, then the attack gets cut by the original Intimidate, and then once they faint and Passimian takes over Intimidate, their attack will get cut again, the opponent's will. So that would be a pretty good use of it, and there are a ton of uses. I'm not even going to go through all the different ways. But overall, I kind of like him better than Oranguru. I like the design, it's cool, but I don't know if I'll use it. I mean, they're already fighting types I'm a little bit more interested in. I would rather use Crabrawler than him if I'm going to use a fighting type in Alola. So, sadly, I doubt I'll use Passimian, but design's pretty cool. And next we have Oranguru, who's really cool. The abilities are going to be, it's a normal psychic type, of course, and the abilities are going to be Inner Focus or Telepathy, so nothing new there, but it does have a new move that's going to be crazy cool called Instruct, which allows it to command its ally to make another move, which I think is really interesting, because, again, they showed a way you can use it just by attacking twice in one turn in the trailer, but if it works how I'm thinking it works, and you can choose, the way it was stated seemed like you could choose any move from your allies pool, then you could use it to set yourself up if you have one Pokemon with a setup and a payoff move. Like, say, one way I would think about using it, say you're up against Steel types. Steel types are something that has a lot of defenses, that's resistant to a lot of things. You use Salandit. Salandit can use poison type moves on Steel types. Pretty sure that's what they said Corrosion does. Throw a Salandit or whatever the Salandit evolution is, throw it up beside an Oranguru, have the Salandit use Toxic, and then Oranguru instruct it to use Venoshock, that assuming it would get the ability to learn Venoshock, and then you have poisoned your opponent, and you've dealt a move that does double damage now because of the poison, and it's going to take poison damage at the end of the turn. So you can do stuff like that to set your own self up using Oranguru. So I really think it has a lot of good potential like that, to where you can set yourself up and hit the payoff move all in one turn, rather than having to split it up over 2 turns. So overall, between the two of them, I do like Passimian a little bit more, but I honestly doubt I'll use either one. They're both pretty cool designs though, and Gen 7 still going strong in the design department. Next up we have one of my favorite new Pokemon, maybe possibly going to grow to be one of my favorite Pokemon overall, Lycanroc, who we find out is the English version of Lugaroo, or Lugarugan, that's its English name, and it's the evolution of Rockruff or Iwanko, and we find out that it evolves differently depending on which version of the game you're playing, which I think is interesting, because it brings up a lot of people discussing, okay, does that mean Sun is set entirely in the day and Moon entirely at night, or are the time cycles just reversed? Because I thought the time cycles were just going to be reversed, honestly. But it's interesting to think. But then again, a lot of people are assuming, oh, that means evolve at day or evolve at night. But the actual wording they used was like with the power of the sun or with the power of the moon. So I'm not sure it's a day or night evolution. I think it might just be like maybe you have to go to a certain place in Pokemon Sun and get the power of the sun to evolve it, and the certain place is different that you have to go to in Moon to evolve it into the midnight form. But either way, talking about the two forms, Midday form, one of the best designs for a Pokemon I've ever seen, in my opinion. It just looks amazing. It's one of the most creative rock types. Like, almost all the rock types we've ever seen are just rocks, different shaped rocks with faces. So to see like an actual wolf with rock powers is amazing, and an actual legit wolf Pokemon, it is just hands down one of my favorite designs ever. So I'm really excited, and I was Team Moon all the way up until this point, but I gotta switch to Team Sun just for this Lycanroc. Though honestly, I'd like to get both versions, you know. But that's, again, not to say that the Midnight version on the left of the screen, that's not to say it looks bad, because I actually think the design for that looks good too. I don't think it should be a rock type. It doesn't look a thing like a rock type. I think maybe a dark type would be more appropriate, or a normal dark type. Just, I don't know, it really does not look like a rock type to me. But either way, I do really love both designs. I just love the daytime or midday design a lot more. In the midday one, for its abilities, it gets Keen Eye, or was it Sand Rush, allows it to move quicker in Sandstorm, in the Sandstorm weather system. And the Midnight version gets, I'm pretty sure I've heard it gets Counter as like a signature move, but it for abilities gets Keen Eye and Inner Focus, I think. Hold on, Vital Spirit. It gets Vital Spirit as its possible secondary. And honestly, to me, those are that's like a lot better gameplay-wise, being able to avoid sleep, but I guess it doesn't help all that much in competitive, since sleep isn't a thing anyway. But either way, getting off track, I really like both of them. It's one of my favorite designs that we've seen so far, and all of Gen 7's been super, super strong, and the midday version could be one of my favorite Pokemon ever. It looks amazing. So, love them both, and yeah, that's, I guess, all I gotta say about those two. And finishing out the video, we have some new features to discuss. We see that customization is back, and it seems like it's been expanded upon quite a bit, and I really like that. I think it's a good decision on the part of the people making the game, of course, that I don't know. I think that at this point we want the customization a lot. I think the game, I'm not going to say it needs it, but it definitely helps out. So I'm really excited to see customization back, and I'm really excited to see it in such a detailed fashion. So hopefully we can only go up from here. And then we also see a new Pokemon Ami system, or a Pokemon Ami. And the new system is called Pokemon Refresh, and it looks really cool too, so I really like that, and I'm excited to see how that works out as well. Even if it's just like a little mini game sort of thing that I'm probably not going to mess around with much, it's still a pretty cool little feature to throw in there. And then lastly, we see 2 new Z moves, and you guys know I think the Z move is kind of just a cheap gimmick. I don't even think they need to be in the game, and it's really kind of dumb and cheesy, and I agree with that with these two. They both look really awesome. They're the 2 coolest looking ones so far, in my opinion. Bloom Doom looked really cool, but I don't know. These 2, I think, are my favorite 2 so far with the way they look, but they're still just a cheesy gimmick, and I don't like the Z moves. So sorry if you guys do like them, but everything about Gen 7 looks amazing. The setting looks amazing. The fact that they're changing up the story. Every single new Pokemon except Bruxish has looked amazing, and even then Bruxish doesn't look particularly bad. It's just that everything so far in this game has been really, really great. The Z moves are just the one really not good thing about it. Everything else, completely great, and I love it. So, yeah, and getting rid of Megas was great too. I like that they went a different route with the Alolan forms instead of doing Megas. So yeah, I'm loving this game. I feel the need to explain myself when I say that I don't like Z moves. But that's it for this discussion of the trailer. So like if you did like the video, and comment down there and tell me what you thought of the trailer and what you thought of my thoughts on it. And subscribe for more Pokemon and a lot more. Tons of stuff on the channel if you want to check anything else out. And follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there on stuff I do with the channel. And that's it. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.